Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I am your host, Dennis Batholkus, and this is iZombie Season 5, Episode 2, Deadlift. I wish I had better news on this one, that, it was a better episode, but it wasn't. But I did take a couple of notes on why. I now figured out why this isn't working all that well. Besides the showrunner leaving, of course, the showrunner that we had before, and having a new showrunner going on this season. I shock you, Joe. Um, I know exactly what's missing from this season. There's whimsy. I know it sounds kind of weird, but there was a lot of fun associated with the first four seasons of iZombie, and now it's gotten too procedural and too formulaic. Honestly, uh, you're watching something away from the machine. Okay. Yeah, the opening scenes, usually had puns that were, associated. When we had the, drawn, screens, opening screens, they would always have a pun that usually involved some kind of '80s song. Those are gone now, and now it's very generic, very basic, and, Rob isn't the showrunner anymore, Joe Greer. Rob is the, creator of the comic, but, no, he's gone, and, I forget what her name is now, who's the showrunner of this season, and, yeah, it's just really kinda shitty, quite tell you the truth. So before I get too far into this, I'm gonna say spoiler alert, just in case I spoil some stuff from this episode, which I probably will. You can go and watch it, come on back and comment. This will be a video, and you can comment down in the comment section. So one of the other things is when you start throwing in current politics, trying to mirror the current politics, things that are happening in current events in your stories, and especially something that was kind of a comedy. It wasn't really a drama, honestly. It was more of a comedy than anything else. There was some heavy stuff in it sometimes, but not that heavy. It was a CW show. And now it's kind of going that procedural route, police procedural, without having any of the comedy in it anymore. And now it's become bland and dull and flat. And especially with the whole dead enders thing. Now the dead enders have become essentially what they've become is the national white nationalist stuff is what it's becoming. And quite honestly, I don't want to watch that kind of shit, to tell you the truth. And I don't like them as it is in real life. I don't want to watch something mirrored in that in a TV show. Yeah, and Shadows of the Underground Railroad, that was fine. They've had that in there before with Renegade going on. So I was okay with that because that was just kind of a sidebar. But now this whole Dead Enders thing is becoming the main storyline. And yeah, it's really kind of crappy. I mean, we find out that this video that was made, the convenience store video of this woman supposedly getting torn apart by zombies in the back of a car, was actually a hoax. Um, Shout out to Don Lewis. Is that who is the showrunner of the show now? Don Lewis. Um, yeah, I'm uh, so now it's a fake video because it was a stage thing in order to get humans and zombies riled up. Essentially, is what it was. No, she was the first renegade. Okay, thanks, Joe Greer. So Don Lewis was the first renegade from last season. Yeah. Um, And even Jordan, who, Major had brought in, they kill her off in this episode, kind of off screen too. It was really, I mean, we see the target on her, and then we hear the gunshot, and of course it goes to black. And we find out later on that, yeah, she was killed. And I can understand why she wanted to leave the show after reading that. No, Jordan was the girl that Major had brought in, and she became she's the one that was helping the sergeant who had been shot in the neck, and she was dragging him, and then she got shot in the head. So she was the one that that Major had brought in. She was one of the homeless kids, and she became one of his second in commands, almost in Fillmore Graves. So yeah, the soldier, exactly, Joker. So yeah, I'm not going to go over this in too much detail. The highlights were that yeah, the video is faked. So of course, and supposedly they caught the perpetrators to confess to this video and called it out as a hoax. That's at the very end. Um, at the same time, there was a shooting that happened in a human bar where the dead enders would hang out, and two of Major's soldiers had done this because there's now dissent in the ranks of the soldiers about how Major is doing things. They think he's handling things too lightly. I'm hoping Robert Knepler is coming back this season, but I don't think so. I think his character, it was kind of implied that his character got killed off last season, so I think they're going to leave it that way. It was very open-ended. So, and honestly, I don't know if he's going to come back to this the way it is. It's just, yeah, I wouldn't if I were him, to tell you the truth. And I'm pretty sure it's the reason why the actress playing Jordan kind of checked herself out on that one too. It's just very lackluster. I mean, um, we also have Peyton trying to figure out a way to promote zombies and dispel myths. So she decides to come up with kind of a, I don't know, an advertisement, if you will, but it's actually more of a sitcom of zombies and humans living together. And Ravi's friend who works at the police department IT group, he's got something with his improv group. Yeah, and then there's also the thing about whiteface that they're talking about, which is dressing up as a zombie in order to play a zombie. And yeah, like I said, there's too much politics, current event stuff being brought in, which wasn't what the show was about before. And yeah, the show would have a little thing here and there, a little zinger every couple episodes or something like that about it, but it wasn't heavy about it. And now that's what it's become. And yeah, it does sound like kind of like the end of True Blood. You're right, Joe Greer. And I'm not happy with it, quite honestly. I kind of wish that they just left it with season 4 and just ended it there, quite honestly, because now it looks like they're going to screw everything up in this last season. We saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as one of the city council members in this one, and he's a zombie, which was kind of interesting. Peyton had sold the Space Needle to foreign investors illegally, of course, to get the money to fund this sitcom thing that she's got going on. And she says she's probably got about 3 or 4 months before everyone figures it out, and she loses her job and also ends her career as well. And we also see Major has faked the deaths of these two soldiers who had shot the humans in the warm bloods bar, and gives them the injection. I guess they have a couple more injections left to make people human again. So they give both of these zombie guys injections to become human, and Liv sneaks them out. We also have the coyote Baron. He gets killed, bringing the kids over to the Seattle wall. We see that there are roaming bands outside of the Seattle wall of civilian humans, and they're targeting anybody who's trying to get in or out for that matter. Yeah. And of course, we see that Dolly, who is the food truck lady, she is basically the head of the Dead Enders now at this point. So, um, and yeah, you couldn't even have the little thing about Liv eating the workout guy's brain that she had gotten from. Yeah, it wasn't even cute. That's the whole thing. It was more annoying than anything else. Normally, these kind of things, or what drives the show, is that's the premise of the show, is whatever brain she's eaten that week, she takes on that persona, and it actually, the episode derives from that persona, and that's what it revolves around. And so all the puns and things like that are all based around whatever the chosen profession of the week is. And that's not what this is anymore. Now it's all about And yeah, Ravi did overact. I agree with you, Joker. He was way overacting this week. He wants to be off the show. You could tell. He just wants to be off the show at this point because I'm pretty sure he read the script and was just like, "What is this shit?" You know? Um, yeah. And that's all I can say about this. It wasn't a good episode. I'm gonna do like 2 more episodes, and if it's not, if it's gonna be the same shit like this and it's gonna be politically based and everything, I'm out. I'll tap out after the, 4 episodes. So, as is my what I've said before, if I don't like something, I'm gonna give it 4 episodes, and then, if it's still gonna be the same thing, I'm just gonna tap out of it. Yeah. I mean, Runaways, sure, didn't get that. It only got 1 episode, and that's only because I just couldn't get back into it. I really couldn't, and I still don't want to, and now I don't have Hulu, so yeah. That's all I can say. And I wanna thank Joe Greer for joining me tonight in the chat. I know it's late for everyone else on the East Coast out there, so you guys weren't able to stay up and chat, but that's cool. You didn't really miss anything because this was gonna be a short one anyway, because it's, yeah, you're the central guy. Got it. Yeah. So it's not too late. It's late, but it's not too late for you. Um, yeah, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed in this season. I was so looking forward to this season, and if they had the old showrunner going on, and I think it would have been a lot better. But yeah, this is just really bad. I wish I could say better on this, but no. Um, so anyway, to wrap things up a little bit, if you like what you see here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well. And you can also, hit the dislike button if you don't like what you see. Just I ask, go down below in the comment section and give me some constructive criticism about what you don't like. You can also hit the bell, and the bell will let you know when I'm going to be on next. You can also go into the bell settings and get as much or as little notifications as you want. If you've already hit the bell, don't hit it again. It will unclick it. And so, of course, you won't get those notifications. And even if you have the bell clicked, you have a 50-50 chance of getting those notifications from YouTube as it is. No warrior videos. What's that, Joker? So, my schedule is up on suspendedfanimation.com. And what else do I have here? It's also up on Facebook. Sorry, it's been a long, long day. What is with the Patreon? The Patreon is up, Joe Greer. It's patreon.com/suspended fanimation, all one word. I don't have any tiers set up as of yet. I'm still trying to think out those tiers and how I want to do it, but it is up and running at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, I just need to think out some tiers on that one. I still don't get Patreon all that well. I can tell you that much. And I know it's to fund things. Movie is involved. Oh yeah, I saw that he already contributed. Yes, I know. I told him not to, but people do what they're gonna do. Um, I'm also on Twitter. I'm also on Facebook. There we go. And if you're still on the fence about joining up, you're going to see a video pop up here. It's going to actually take a video from my video library based on what you watch, because Google has all those algorithms that they use, and it'll pop a video up there. If you like what you see, you can hit the subscribe button. That's going to be over here. Oh, you saw that too? Yeah, I haven't hidden anything on Patreon. Everything is open to the public except for what people are donating. I think that's about the only thing I've hidden. So I keep it pretty much open. Other than that, so Doom Patrol is tomorrow. That's correct, Joe Greer, and I'm looking forward to that. God, I need just something though to kind of wash the taste of this thing out of my mouth. And so No Warrior is tomorrow. Is what you're saying on Cinemax. Got it. Got it. For Mother's Day, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I was actually looking forward to Warrior as well. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be Doom Patrol. That's Fridays. Saturday is Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and talk about that and any other genre stuff that you guys want to talk about as well. It's kind of a free for all and a happy place, if you guys will. And it's always a good time in the chat. So come on and join me. That's at 10 a.m. or excuse me, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And on Sundays is Game of Thrones. And on Monday is The Tick. Sorry, I had to preempt it this week. There was some crazy stuff going on at work, so hopefully it's a little bit, more calmed down next week here. But Monday is going to be The Tick. Tuesdays I have off. Wednesdays is Happy, and of course Thursday is what you're watching right now. iZombie, unless it sucks, and which it'll be canceled in after 2 more weeks. So okay, I can catch up a little on. Yeah, I guess the kids now are calling it SBO, Joker. I said SMBO as well for Saturday Morning Blast Off, but yeah, they're calling it SBO, which is pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, I know it's easier to say and type exactly. And SMBO just yeah, it could have a very wrong connotation if you try and pronounce it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it could have a racial implication, which I don't want to go into. I'd rather keep it at SBO, tell you the truth. Yeah. um, so with that said, take a look at the videos. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. And thank you, Joker, again for joining me tonight. I'm going to let everyone go. Don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may be stuck in a show that's ending on its final season and you want to get out. And the only way to do it is to overact in every single episode you're in. Good night, everybody.